Hello and welcome to our online webinar for the foundation degree in Hospitality and Tourism Management with specialisms. I'm just going to talk through this presentation, but throughout the presentation feel free to post any queries or questions onto the chat function there on the right hand side of the screen, and we'll be happy to answer them as we go along. So today's agenda then, it's going to cover, we will be covering a few areas and hopefully provide you with a clear insight into this programme. First of all, we'll be having a quick introduction to the teaching team. We'll be having a course overview. We'll be looking at the content and structure of the course in some detail. We'll be looking at some of the methods used for teaching, learning and assessment. We'll be looking at progression options for students upon completion of the course. And then we'll be using some student testimonials there as well, and a little bit of information regarding financial assistance for students. And then we'll also be touching on higher level apprenticeships, which are available for people in industry positions at the moment who wish to continue on and improve their education in hospitality, tourism and culinary arts. So questions and answers then will be at the end of that as well. So if anybody wants anything clarified, myself and Paul and Lizzie will be able to provide some answers to those questions. Okay, so let's have a look, quick look at the course team. And as it says there, it's made up of inspirational academic staff with genuine passion for subject and industry experience to back everything up. Starting with myself, Paul, course director, Paul Barr. Not to go into too much detail on that. Claire Gillen. These guys are all module leads in their own specific area of expertise. Paul Monaghan, Sheena Hunt, and there's Brian McGill, and also Roxana McGee. So that's the team that cover all of the modules over the 2-year period. So just an overview or a little synopsis of the foundation degree in hospitality and tourism management. This is really it in a nutshell, so to speak. It's a recognised higher education qualification allowing students to progress through onto selected BSc honours courses, or alternatively to obtain employment in this dynamic industry. It offers a whole range of engaging practical and academic study modules and gives the students the opportunity to select particular pathways that they want to specialise in: hospitality, tourism, and for the HLA we've got culinary arts as well, and they're taught along core modules related to those specific subject areas. So I'm going to look a little bit at the course content here. In terms of the course content, we have 8 core modules which are delivered in level 4 and level 5. That's year 1 and year 2. So in level 4 you're taught the introductions to hospitality and tourism, management and action, and managing financial performance, along with events operation. Now there are module summaries available for any of the teams, so we're quite happy to go over the contents of each of these summaries if anybody wanted some further information in any of them. We'll be available either after this or at any stage if you want to recontact us, and we'll give you some more details about what the student would be studying. So in level 5, which is into the 2nd year, you do some human resource management. You look at marketing and entrepreneurship, employability, and then we also have our work placement subject, which is WBL, work-based learning. Okay, so these are delivered alongside specific modules related to 2 specialisms, in other words, tourism and hospitality. So you'll see these in the next slide and how it works. Okay, so the course structure, as you can see, you've got the hospitality specialism there on the left-hand side. So with the 2 core modules, the core modules I mentioned in previous slides, you've got food and beverage service operations, which is more of a practical-based, restaurant-based module, during which the students will deliver a food service in a real working environment. You've also got facilities operations, and then in year 2 and semester 2, at the bottom there, you have food and beverage management, which is then building on what they learned in the food and beverage service operations module into more of a management style. Then your tourism specialism, the modules that you will cover with the core modules are inbound and domestic tourism, global travel destinations, and then global tourism management. So as you can see there, there's a very specific pathway there for anybody who wishes to follow the hospitality route or the tourism route, and the associated modules or subject areas. Okay. You can also see there that the structure of the program, which runs over the 2 years with 2 semesters per year. So just in terms of the teaching, learning and assessment, the teaching and learning is delivered using a variety of different methods, such as lectures, tutorials, workshops, live business case studies, field trips and guest speakers. And these are all carried out through a mix of face-to-face delivery and online and blended learning, which of course we are developing our skills in this current climate. Okay, and assessments, these are carried out in an equally varied manner, and they are in the form of individual reports, practical assessments, group and individual presentations, which helps a lot of team building for some of the students are very fond of these particular types of assessment techniques, and externally invigilated exams. Okay, so, and as it says there at the top, these are spread out over the 2 semesters to avoid any kind of congestion of submissions as well. Okay, and to provide further enrichment for the students, we've got these real working environments that the students can carry their practical assessments out in. You've got the SERC's own food truck, which goes out to a variety of different festivals and events staged here or elsewhere. You've got the Birch's restaurant, and there's the pass in the Birch's restaurant and some table layouts there as well. So for some of these practical based modules, so this is an excellent provision of real working environments, and this gives the students the opportunity to complete their assessments and at the same time gaining hands-on experience. And hopefully this little video will work. It did in our little rehearsal. It might give you a flavour of how the real working environments operate. There you go. So that was just one of the one of our event theme nights that we held in Birch's restaurant, and that was related to events operations, which gives the students a chance to put into practice their practical skills as well as their event organizational skills as well, and gives them a chance to deal with teams and the general public as well. So, and back in terms of the industry, to help enrich the curriculum with visits and placements and guest speakers, etc., the team that you met earlier on have used their network relationships and industry contacts and built these up over the years, and that allows us to organise a series of different types of things that make the curriculum that bit more interesting and engaging. And here's some of the things that we did last year. There's a couple of trips there. We off to the Merchant and 10 Square Hotel. And during these trips, they would often be coupled with guest speakers who would allow the managers or owners. We had Bill Woolsey, manager of the Bianacore, who provides us on a regular basis with interesting and engaging stories and tales of his development through his building up his business empire. And when we went to 10 Square there, we had the general manager there also giving us some good details and just an insight into the operations of some of the key sort of hospitality establishments in the city and in Northern Ireland. So these are some of the things that the students often rave about afterwards at the end of the year, about the things that have helped enrich the overall course. So some other ways in which we do that is through project-based learning, which is a key element of the overall college provision of education. We are involved in many different projects and events. One of the strongest elements of the programme is the provision of these PBLs. This, of course, applies to foundation degree as well. And we're continually embedding real-life working projects into the curriculum. So here we have a few examples. You've got the annual Sea Bangor boat race there from the Sea Bangor Festival, which was initiated actually and organised by the foundation degree team. And this is now a main feature of the festival. These guys put together a boat race there. You can see the 3 boats in the bottom there. That's just 3 out of maybe 12 teams that get involved. It's local organisations and businesses who race, and they race for charity. So the team put that together as a major event. You've also got that's the Meet the Chefs and Taste the Greatness event, which the students, foundation degree students, put together. That was a major promotion. It was worked with other students and other tutors to stage that event to help promote the college and its hospitality provision. And there's a little snippet of the Cava and Canopies pre-theatre event, and that was the event organised by the foundation degree students that year. That's them in the middle. It was a collaboration between the foundation degree students and Bangor Open House Festival, and it was to help promote one of the open house festivals. It was a Romeo and Juliet play that was staged in Space Theatre across the way, and the foundation degree students put a Cava and Canopies night on to help boost ticket sales revenue and to provide entertainment pre-theatre. So that was a great success as well. And we also had the Hospitality to New Events event last year. This was staged in SERC Bangor, and it was organised with the help of the different set of students. And there's some of the current group of students are in the top right hand side. And this was to help bring industry professionals together with education providers. So again, that was a real life working project that the students all got involved in. So in terms of progression, students have a couple of different options that they can get involved in. Students can decide if they wish to just enter the industry and go straight into employment. And the foundation degree provides excellent opportunities for a variety of different roles with the potential, like as it says there, for worldwide travel. It could be in hospitality, and work in large international organizations. It can also be in local multi-site organizations such as Hastings. So we have a variety of different people who have taken that route. And I think we have just one of our success stories here, Ainsley Baxter there. That's Ainsley with another one of our students, Gemma Riley, with their Janus Award. Hospitality Award, and this is just her in her last position with the events team in Ards and North Down Borough Council. So as she says there, she progressed from high school straight into the foundation degree, and in her final year she got a work placement with the tourism and events team in the local council as part of the work-based learning module. And after her placement was over, she was offered a full-time position, which she accepted and held for 3 years. And recently she's been able to take up her new role, which, as it turns out, is her dream job of events and wedding coordinator at the 5-star club in the state. So she has certainly been able to achieve her goals with by completing the foundation degree here. So further study or articulation onto another course is another option for students. So whereas they start their journey with the foundation degree, some students may decide that they want to continue on in education and progress onto another foundation or onto another full degree. For instance, the International Hospitality Management degree at Ulster University. And this is something that we can provide information on as the students move through the course. And there you can see they can come from A levels or further education, or indeed from industry through an APEL process, onto the foundation degree, onto the degree, and then even possibly onto postgraduate or masters. And I think we have another person that took out that route, one of our students, another success story. This is Francesca Ringaro, who ended up with a first-class honours out of Ulster University last year. So she enrolled onto the foundation degree, and after that, which included working again with the council, working with, she was part of the group that put together the Cavan Canopies event. And then she also was fortunate enough to be selected to go on a study trip to China. And after that, she then went and bridged onto the Ulster University programme, and that's where she gained her first-class honours degree. And now she's working and building a career with the Bianacor Group, another one of our industry partners. So she's a great success story. We're very proud of Francesca. So just a few little snippets here from previous students. I suppose it's difficult not to pat ourselves on the back, but that's some stuff there about how some of the students have enjoyed their time at studying the foundation degree. Okay. Just a little bit of financial support here for any students coming onto it, into higher education. As it says there, they can apply for funding through the Student Finance Northern Ireland. Full-time students are eligible for tuition fee loans, which is paid directly to the college on your behalf, and a means-tested maintenance loan and grant. There's also additional grants for childcare, disabled students and parents. So there's loads of support in terms of accessing this funding, and plenty of people that will point you in the right direction. And again, we'll be happy to answer any queries or questions about that afterwards. So just a little bit about the higher level apprenticeship foundation degree in hospitality and culinary arts management. This is for some people that wish to, they're potentially moving in from staying within the industry and want to further their education. So they have the opportunity to do this through SERC. Now it's done, like I said, it's designed for those aspiring to supervisor or management levels. So it can be in a culinary field and in a chef de partie, sous chefs or head chefs, or in the hospitality field in food and beverage operations managers or events managers. So this is people in sort of supervisory and management positions, and it's done in, as opposed to the 2 years, it's done over a 2.5 year stretch. And again, we will be happy to take any sort of questions on that again at the end of the session. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to post them or ask them of myself or Paul Mercer, who's also in this webinar presentation at the moment. Okay. And thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we'll be seeing you soon.